And the music ends, and that means it's time to hit him with the one. And then Dan just turned his camera on, so we might have a two.
Hey, it's not too bad.
It's not too bad. We got you up there too. All right, cool. Yeah, all right. Just another, run gun show. So we want to make sure that you can hear us with the audio. You can see us with the video.
And
last week was a little bit tight on the mic.
Oh, echo. Hopefully no echo, and let us know what it sounds like in the chat.
Yeah, I loosened it up a little bit, so we're trying to make sure there's no echo, but it was a little bit cutty-outy if we weren't like all up in the mics. So if you're hanging out in the live chat down below, let us know if the video and the audio is coming in good enough, or if it's absolutely annoying as all get out. What up, Wilkinsane? Coming in strong in the live chat. Number one live chatter.
Numero uno.
Again. As soon as we get TrutherCast things to give away, she's getting something. And
heck yeah, I agree. Definitely number one fan. Deserves a something.
Number one.
What will it be? That is the question.
I think she will receive all gifts in the form of foot rubs. So I probably need to pay up.
Yeah, buy a machine to do it. Bingo.
It doesn't mean as much.
Save yourself. Yeah, your arms. Be smart about it. Or you just get her a gift card to a place that does it.
The worst thing is I'm like middle-aged old, so now I'm like, why my hands cramp up after like 30 seconds? Like, what's that about?
Man,
do I need a machine for my hands and then I could use them? Like,
sounds like you need a little like cod liver oil or something like that.
Right? I take the fish oils.
It sounds like you need some lubrication.
Not
Oh yeah,
enough,
right.
man.
Yeah, you probably
Not
do take enough. I don't know.
But if those are all coming in good, that means it's time to welcome you back to the TrutherCast, because this is the home of the TrutherCast, and we are here to take your truth orders, folks. Last week was not the craziest of news weeks there for us, but we did get some big news about that Supreme Court decision, and Hakeem Jeffries then kind of said the quiet part out loud and wants to act like a totalitarian fascist dictator. So we'll get into that one. There was an aliens dump.
Yeah, he really puts the dick in dictator.
I know, right, man? There was a big aliens dump, but hey, man, let me know down in the live chat below if you actually give an ish, because
aliens do poo.
I didn't give a rip, bro. It was basically like the official, we don't know what these are. And if you're like a, long time, conspiracy theorist, it did just confirm leaks from people that were in the government before that leaked alien footage.
Yeah.
Or like, UFO unidentified
who
thingy.
was it? Bill? Was it Bill something? Who? Bob Lazar.
Mm-hmm.
That's who it was. Yeah, Bob Lazar.
He was the big whistleblower that made, somebody made a Netflix documentary and da-da-do. And
thank goodness to Bob Lazar. Shout out.
I forget the other guy, but he leaked like videos over the years, and we've seen these before, and so a little bit of a nothing burger for me. The craziest one was the one that looked like a star, and a lot of people are like, isn't that exactly how angels were described in the Bible? But let me know if you want to get into alien stuff. But we got a good lineup of some alternate news tidbits, some informational facts that are maybe a little bit more off the beaten path that the mainstream, lamestream media didn't cover, folks. So if you're not familiar, strap in, and we're going to be going through all these things I post in the locals community. You can join us there by hitting that join button right down below here. It is a join button that you can come and hang out in the, semi-private locals community. It's non-big tech censored. just censored by me, so you can't say offhanded ding dong stuff. But you can join there for free, the free views and the free looks, and you can find all of these kind of receipts right there, just like the blog post in the link description box. But, you know, if you would like to help the show out, keep the lights on, if you like what you're hearing when you're hanging out here for a while, you could sign up for the Primo thing there. But, you know, maybe I'll remind you again later. More links down there too, you know, sponsored by me, my company. I do some tech shit. I can help you out. But, you know, check that out. If you're coming back to the show, you're a frequent flyer. Thank you very much. As usual, make sure to sound off in the chat. It's always more fun when the live chat's popping. So let us know what you think about the things we're talking about. Or if there's something you saw that, you know, you think needs some more awareness for the week, because, you know, the awareness, the realizations. But I just got more wins lined up. It was, again, an easy win. Another
so
nice
much
win.
winning. I'm almost tired. Wait, never mind. I will never be tired of winning. All I do.
Dude, I'm so Trump biased, bro. But he's following through on like all of the crap he said, bro. He said he was going to release the alien files when he was
definitely
campaigning.
not all, but I mean, he's still, you know, checking them off.
Right. It's like 80-90%, dog. Like, what
isn't
isn't
the
he?
main thing is, like, I mean, how long it's taken me to get some minuscule tasks marked off the list over some years. And this dude's the president of the United States with some humongous tasks, and he's knocking them out of the park every here and there, every other day, every other weekend. So it's, you know,
another reminder to us solopreneurs. Oh, yeah, staff. That's what gets a lot of shit done fast.
Empathy, too, is just another thing people need more of. They need more awareness, realization, empathy.
Right. So, but again, I'm biased.
Forgiveness.
So I'm blind. What things has Trump not done that he said he was going to do during the campaign? Because just this week, we got Ukraine and Russia saying they're going to, you know, make peace. So sure, it wasn't like immediately when he got into presidency, but looks like we're getting peace there.
Hillary was last term, but I want to say that.
Yeah, like putting Hillary in jail. It wouldn't look good. Never mind. We're not going to do that one.
Yeah. I guess more of the Epstein file stuff is still kind of like,
I mean, yeah. Allegedly, there's nothing to release.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's all been released.
Yeah,
like
pretty much like 90% of everybody probably
but he wasn't
says
claiming
bullshit.
he was going to put Epstein people in jail or nothing, technically. So
yeah, no, but just like we don't feel there's transparency still, and he said that we'd put some
campaign promises. I'm like, I'm trying to go through how he's like an 80-90% hit, because most politicians are all talking bullshit and then nothing happens, and then that's why we all get, you know, disenchanted with the political system.
Yeah, I mean, the gas went down for a bit.
You know, gas and electric went right back up. Gas is wacko. I still can't believe it's $5. I'm like, Trump, I thought you was gonna handle everything, brother.
Yeah, it's got to be done. Oh, what? Okay, well, it's probably just the company mindset, and it's like, oh, well, you know, like illegally, they have to do what's best for their company, so making record profits isn't bad for the company, so we can't tell them to not do it.
Yeah, it'd be fascist to do otherwise, to try to control it.
Which is kind of the like, well, somebody wrangle together with a whole bunch of other people, start another oil company.
Yeah.
Get competitive.
I did see today he's dropping the federal tax to drop 18 cents off the gallon. So, I mean, like, seems minuscule, but
every bit definitely can help. Like voting Pritzker out of office come time. Yeah. That would help a lot, because he's got 63 cents alone.
Right. 63 just in Illinois, yeah. That's another crazy thing is like, it's not even a whole dollar. So 63 from Illinois, 18 from the Fed. So, I mean, it's still drop it down to like freaking 3 something. We'd still be bitching.
When it's like
we'd still be complaining.
$3, that's right. Pretty darn cool. That's a whole third off. That will actually stretch.
It's like $5 everywhere. That's like
I'm saying, like, you know, yeah, if it was back like you know, the normal-ish prices.
Right. Drop it under 3, and then you can add the tax back on to keep it under 3. Drop it under 2, and then add the tax. I just wanted like under 3-ish. I feel like that's a fair price, man. Like,
I mean, it doesn't hurt so
and
much.
You guys fight about how much you
get. I think
it
really should be more like quotas on the gallon, just because we use so much of it. And if we could use more, people would be more productive. People would go commute a lot more places, spend a lot more money in different places,
Right.
make
That'd be
make
the whole
transportation cheap, and then the people like to go around and be productive, do things. Just, it's good. Just like money, you don't want your money sitting; it loses value. You want that.
Right, we were talking last week, man. Energy and flow. Energy doesn't like being stagnant because
everything's
entropy,
supposed to stay in motion.
Everything's supposed to stay in motion. Wait a second. Wilkinson says the next supplement is sea moss. I'm not aware of this. It sounds.
Well, I mean, sea moss for a while has always been some good stuff.
I mean, like I liked eating the seaweed from the sushi thing at Woodman's. I'm into that.
That is always good.
Sushi seaweed. First up, we got here folks.
I had some for Mother's Day, and it was delicious. Some of them roll. I had to compact the roll down with the chopsticks beforehand. You ever have to do that?
Oh yeah.
But I feel like it's just bad. It's like disrespectful to just eat bites. First off, how do you eat half a roll without the fork? It
all falls apart.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so you just like eat it like a fuck.
You gotta just
turn
shove
it
in
sideways, squish it down, and
yes, you have to shove it in.
Hold up, pause. Wait a minute.
How do you pronounce the word FOLKS?
FOLKS. Folks.
So it's not folks?
Right, yeah. Okay.
Because I hear people say folks, and I'm like, what
fun English terminology and stuff that doesn't make sense.
Where's that one from? And the guy that keeps saying it that I watch is from, like, he's in Wisconsin. So I'm like, is that like a Canadian dialect thing coming in? Like, a boot and folks.
I mean, like, it definitely.
I guess there's an L there.
I mean, like, there sure is. I mean, there is when you say folks, but you're just like,
what up, folks? It's like FOKAES to me. What up, folks?
It's very, very minor. I mean, that's just like learning French. There's like a lot of languages over there. Very, very little. Like you're saying it back to them like, dude, I'm saying exactly how you're saying. They're like, no. Like you're missing, and you're like, I don't. Your ears just literally aren't trained to even pick up those little bits of sound or the different. What would it be? Frequency of how they're actually saying those
phonetics,
tiny little things. They just don't pick up tiny little details.
Intonation, I feel like might be a word.
Or we're numb to details and stuff in America. We want the phone and everything else to do everything for us nowadays as humans. So why pay attention? There's like stuff that can do it for me.
That's why we all want the earbuds to just be translators, right? So everybody just has an earbud and we all just talk how we talk.
Smart glasses and earbuds. That's the way to do it. Heck yeah. Don't leave the house without your helmet. Which I think would be fitting for a lot of America.
Yeah, right.
Just build in smart glasses or smart visors and earbuds into your helmet. Everybody just got a mandatory helmet. Because everybody's just a little bit, on that side of special.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
I bet we would actually, like, lifespan, everything would go up. I mean, you're protecting your noodle, your melon. Well, it's like a win all the way around. All we do is win all the avenues, all directions.
And for our first win of the night, folks, we have got a very interesting one here. It is Alex Berenson was announcing that the DOJ settled the federal claims in the Berenson versus Biden case, his 2023 lawsuit alleging government pressure on Twitter to ban him in 2021 after COVID vaccine reporting. That's a big deal, in my opinion. Like, I think the average person, average American is going to be like, yeah, okay, whatever. But bro, that's a big effing deal, man. This is what's tough about, all of this stuff that matters, but no one cares or something, right? Like, bro, like, we all forget about this, right? And then that's why old people, like, say this to young people. I lived through this, man. Like, literally, when the COVID thing happened, if I posted something that was talking ish about COVID, whether it was a joke or legitimate, like, alternate independent doctors, that stuff was getting, like, shut down immediately by Facebook, bro. And I got put in Facebook jail. Remember when everybody was talking about getting put in Facebook jail? When was the last time you heard that? I ain't heard that in 2 years now.
Yeah.
And so now, short-term memory, we all forget about how wacko it was when there was a giant big tech arm in bed with apolitical ideology and was literally now admitted by Facebook at minimum, and then Twitter, we found out when we got all the paperwork, and then Google, I believe there was some technical admission as well. They were all literally being coerced by a fascistic behaving Biden administration.
Yep.
So this is a huge win.
They're just peaky blinders to the fact that they could be any sort of fascist, since they talk all against it and that they're not about it. So they just possibly couldn't be if they talk how they're all not for it.
Right.
They hate the fact. And that other guy, look over there. Not me, look over there.
So Brenson's suit claimed coordination between Biden administration. Damn, that one got him good. It's not that dusty in here. Brenson's suit claimed coordination between Biden administration officials and Pfizer executives Alberta Bourla and Scott Gottlieb to suppress his content questioning vaccine efficacy and transmission. With the federal portion resolved, the case now proceeds against the Pfizer defendants. So Brenson credited the Trump administration for supporting his free speech claims. So God bless. Now that we have, we're biased, right? Our logical, Republican conservative Trump administration, which is actually old school Democrats. So they're traditional Democrats, traditional liberals that now are called right. Now that we have them in federal government, they dropped this whole case with the Berenson and Biden. So very, very interesting. So now it will continue to go up against Pfizer, man. I will be very interested in seeing what the outcome of that is.
Yeah.
But this is another hey man, tinfoil headers were right, man. Evidence that there was definitely collusion of a forced government system trying to shut down people talking anti-vaccine shit, bro.
I forget which wow, now I'm drawing a blank on them. Asman.
Yeah.
It was one of the more recent ones, either today or yesterday that he put up. But he was talking about, you ever hear how he said his mom was kind of like the crazy one? She was always saying it was conspiracy.
She was in Alex Jones and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and he then, and that one was like, dude, this is just crazy. Like, if my mom, oh man, my mom literally would have been right about 90% of this stuff. Too bad. She can't see it all. He's just like, wow, crazy mom actually was right about 90% of all this. Yep. And that's why hesitant to speak out, because they got society to deem you as, crazy and wacky if you thought any of that.
Just like they invented conspiracy theorists for the JFK thing, man. So people that were
what's that
talking about
really
that.
Similar like? What does that almost feel like?
Feels like a fascistic communist dictatorship
that doesn't want you to speak out, and if you speak out, bad things might happen to you. Oh, almost kind of like Communist Cuba with Nick Shirley's video release and how that went.
I didn't throw that in the weekly thing, but I could have.
You're just talking, all of a sudden people are just spying on you, taking videos of you, and then what do you hear? What are you talking about? Yeah, what does it matter?
Oh no, maybe I did. I think I put the Asman. Or maybe not. Mr. Nick Shirley. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, there it is.
Yes, it has been cold version. I was supposed to say has been gold version.
Yeah, I love type to text sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh, I know there's a couple citizens of Cuba over there that we could try to maybe keep, how do we keep an eye on them? But somebody might want to check to see how it went with them, in the near future.
With what?
Some of the citizens that were saying, you communist, Cuba, man. They're basically saying F Cuba and stuff. And it's well, I don't know if you realize this, folks. This might be the last time we have seen this individual breathing under his own power there. it might not. That dude might not breathing in the near future.
No shit, bro. They already like killed some guys for talking, I believe, or like posting on internet or something.
Yep.
Cuba this is like brand new. Cuba is in a crisis like I've never seen before. Here's the full documentary. Oh, okay. His full documentary of the 24 hours in Cuba where I ultimately had to escape, avoiding being taken hostage after a general came searching for us. So there's the whole thing. Yeah, definitely. If you don't have an X, folks, make a flippin' X account. Just use your Google account if you don't want another email password to log in. But go follow Mr. Nick Shirley, man, for sure.
Yeah. Hey, Cuba. All you people that think communism is great. I mean, think about. I know you probably don't cook any of your own food. The people that think like this, but have no realization. They're given 3 pounds of sugar and was it a carton of eggs? For like 50 days.
Yeah, and he said he hasn't
ration.
And he says he hasn't had eggs in 2 years.
They haven't had eggs
in 2 years. That's insane.
Except they were it showed the military walking around. You know, they're all energetic and they're all looking well fed. Like, right. I bet they got eggs.
Right. He said they haven't been delivered. I'm like, what? Y'all don't have
they
no
haven't
chickens
been delivered
down
to the
there?
people. They've been delivered to all the important people.
Yeah, I was like, delivered to like. You mean like to where you go and pick them up in the food line, or like to the whole like island? Like, what do you mean?
It might be too hot
for some reason
for chickens to survive. I don't know.
I mean, you make a freaking building, dog. Like,
well, I mean, kind of.
Oh wait, that's how it works here in America.
Yeah. Sometimes you can manufacture a climate, but
it is apparently a total shithole. It is awful, and people living there are living in total absolute poverty. And Nick Shirley went to Cuba to try to raise awareness to this. And another reality, no one is a communist.
Are even in operation right now because there's quite literally no gas.
And we stand out like sore thumbs here, so they're wondering why we're here with cameras, interviewing people. They want to know what's happening and what people are saying. That's why people are not talking to us much.
They're asking why are we trying to leave the hotel early.
Yeah, bro. So then they brought him into like some weird cornered place, and then the general came and talked to him. Like, so why are you leaving, man? Like,
yeah, what you asking people about?
What do you think about Trump letting oil or gas into the country?
Gasolina para entrar. See, like people are very scared to answer and even give questions and responses here because of communism, and because when you say communism, when they say that they control the food or they control the jobs, they also control the freedom of press here. So a lot of people aren't used to talking on camera. And ¿qué piensa eso de?
Que se cinga días Canel.
Fuck the president.
These dudes over here are talking and laughing about how these guys are probably not going to make it out of here from doing this interview. That's what I think.
Yeah. That's the only thing he's trying to say.
And then, this was a real good one, folks. If you're into this stuff, definitely pull up Nick Shirley on X or YouTube and give him the views. But he had this one interview with this guy that was pretty good. I at least want to cover. Definitely don't want to make you bored here.
Duh, it's not working.
To the hotel. How come here you guys still use old cars from the 1950s?
Porque estos son coches tradicionales.
These are traditional cars before the revolution.
Coches
1950, 1959, we worked for the government.
De patrimonio de la humanidad y trabajamos para una agencia del gobierno.
So you guys work for the government still?
Del gobierno. Trabajamos para el gobierno.
We work for the government.
And this is kind of a random question, but do you know what a Tesla is? ¿Sabe qué es una Tesla?
No.
Man,
it's a lot like North Korea.
Like straight up, dog. That's crazy.
Cuba's probably worse because they kind of landlocked out there. Korea, at least they got somebody on the south and the north.
They can slip information in.
Yeah. They get rich and exploit the people. Isn't it crazy how the same thing happens every single time?
Yeah.
Like every single time the same thing happens. Wow. Surely there must not be surely it's the United States' fault.
Yeah.
Para ti como no hay ninguna comunista, como que
No, porque no hay, eso no existe. El comunismo es la igualdad del hombre por el hombre, aquí eso no existe.
Equality for man doesn't exist here. Holy shit! They're the ones with every arrives.
He asked him, "Hey, do you have a message to Americans that think communism is like good?"
Poverty, or do I want to change the government?
The best part is those people then would like see his answer and go, he's just one of the dumb Cubans that don't realize.
Todo el mundo sabe dónde están los gatos. Ellos saben dónde están los gatos.
The gases are,
yeah.
Probably don't even live in Cuba. Yeah.
And then they noticed somebody was filming
America
the whole
bombed
time.
Cuba and helped the people. Hopefully they bomb some of the,
there was a lady behind filming
the main leadership.
And you know how it's easy to tell? Just look at how empty the streets are. There's nobody out and about. Oh, you know what you do when you're out and about? Normally you're like spending money. You're like going and doing things. I wonder why there is none of that. Maybe because there's no money for them to spend. And also nothing else working because there is no money. No parks, no donut shops. You just go like, it's just all crap.
Okay, here's the regular one without asthma. They have oil, they have gas, they have everything. The people have nothing. Majority of the companies. Why do you think people defend communism when we've seen it doesn't work? It doesn't work. The only ones that defend communism are the ones with Castro's family. Someone who's afraid of them or someone who lives off the government, who gets rich from the dictatorship. So, you know, you could, Steelman, you could argue, oh, this is like what everybody poor says is like, oh, it's the government, the government, the government. All the poor people on welfare bitch and moan about the government here in America not doing good enough.
Yeah, it'd be nice to know a little bit about who these people are and what they do in the circumstances. But yeah, it sounds quite similar to everywhere else that's been communist.
Yeah, the shipments you send here for humanitarian aid, they end up selling it back to us. The aid never arrives to the people. The aid never reaches the people. Before bringing the aid, you never see the aid. I don't know where it's sent, but you do not see it.
Well, there was a similar situation like this back in the day. And there was a whole movie made over it. Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, you're right.
We would drop pallets and pallets of food off, and oh yeah, look, we're caring about them. We're giving them the food. We're doing good. We're doing great. Oh, it's really helping the people. We're totally helping people doing that. No, you're actually making it worse for the people, because then those powerful people come in, kill people, either trying to get some just because they're starving, hungry, or they just, intimidate them to get away, so where they can't even take a bite to eat still. They then take in all the food, and they have what they need, and they'll ration out how they feel is necessary.
Right.
And yes, everybody was starving. Oh, it sounds a lot like exactly what he's describing here.
I know.
And what did we end up doing with the Black Hawk Down people? Well, we lost a lot of people. We really couldn't do much. But if Trump was in office when that was happening, I bet there might have been a mother or two of the boom variety that would have reached out and touched a couple people over there.
Hey, there would have been a bunker buster or two there. So he said, Nick asked, do you have a message for Donald Trump and Marco Rubio? He said, to see if we can live like people, to live like a human being, to have the necessities to live like a human being, because we are living worse than animals. I mean, he looks like he's doing okay. He has a nice bag. You think it would be good for us to help Cuba? Well, that's where, like, you don't know, right? Like, is this guy doing okay, but he's actually talking for the people? And he's saying, like, oh, hey, man, it's really bad here for most people. But I mean, like, he don't look like he living in poverty necessarily.
Right. I mean, he's got a little bit of a belly on him. So he can't be starving. He might be starving in between meals, but you're not starving when you have meat on.
That too, right?
He's got a cigar.
People think the intervention will kill people, but they already know key points. They have a center committee, point 0. The world knows where Castro's. They know where the Castros are.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he's a player. Like he's a bigger player in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's kind of like, screw it. I'll speak out. Like, what are they going to do to me?
So this was the lady filming. And then all of a sudden, they get real sketched out.
Look at that.
She meets up with the man
everywhere.
who was following us inside of the hotel. And after we had confirmed that we were being followed by Cuban intelligence and their spies were spying on us, we hurried back up to our hotel room and made a plan to escape Cuba.
Yeah, so this is just being careful, because you could say like, bro, calm down. They're just going to keep an eye on you. Like, you know, don't be like dipping out. But they went with the be careful in case they just got guapped up, bro.
Way through the woods to him, and then he goes, no, like saying, don't sit here. Boom, sits there. So they're together, 100%. Come back to the hotel, buddy's there. They're 100% watching us. Option 2 is, there's no more flights out today. They're 100% onto us.
So you think we gotta leave tomorrow morning?
If we're gonna deal with the pressure at one point, which I think we're going to anyways, we do it trying to leave early at the airport where there's public eyes. We're in Cuba, we're in Comitown, so this is a different ballgame for all of us.
Think we can get a boat tonight?
I was thinking about making a call to see if we were to do that, how far would the U.S. Coast Guard need us to be? They're like 100%. So good news and bad news is,
This is literally the North Korea of Latin America, and we have spies on us.
they're 100%. 100%. We're not paranoid. I'm 100% convinced. But if we grab our bags right now and we make an escape, they're going to say, hey, they just took off. They're going to shut this whole bitch down looking for us.
And to make things even worse, Cuba was having their May Day march just outside our hotel in the morning, so all around the hotel, military and Cuba government was surrounding the hotel, protecting the streets for the march the next morning. My thoughts. So tomorrow, they're going to have the march for the May 1st march.
So
what is the May 1st?
Steelman, again, they're sketched out because they are exposing them and saying they're bad guys, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, maybe they're just making sure that they weren't like doing something weird for the like May Day thing and going to cause a big ruckus or something, you know? Like
maybe they see, you know, the white guy as a terrorist and
you know, like, yeah, you know, you could say that or something, but the big takeaway here, folks, is Nick Shirley went down here as an actual independent, old school style journalist to cover Comitown, and they felt like they was gonna get guapped up mafia communist style, bro, and they tore out. So if you're into this kind of stuff, definitely go follow the Nick Shirley on X or YouTube and go give it a watch and give them the numbers. Give them the numbers, folks.
Oh, wow. I feel like that might be a little bit of they're made to do that.
What you mean?
So I was looking up what the May 1st March in Cuba is kind of more about. Says hundreds of thousands of Cubans, they march in Havana across the island for International Workers' Day, featuring a major rally at the Jose Marti Anti-Imperialist Square. Jose Marti.
Right.
Wow, that's quite the name. It's almost like the projection, like, hey, it's a black kettle, but label it not black kettle, so they like will not think it's a black kettle.
What's the old give him a May Day and make them think like
the Jose Marti Anti-Imperialist Square. That's where they hold it at. That seems a little, you know, oh, I can't think of the word right now.
Well, okay.
The 2026 demonstrations highlighted solidarity, resistance against U.S. sanctions, and support for the Cuban government, with leaders like Raul Castro in attendance. That's a Google search. You can tell they're probably leaning a little.
This brings up a good
there.
one. Was Nazi Hitler?
I'm sure the people are supporting the government more when you get a carton of eggs and 3 pounds of sugar for 50 days or whatever.
Well, so here's a good question that came up with somebody this week with me. Was Hitler, Nazis, communists?
I don't believe so. They had a very certain. Could you really tie them to anything?
So
they were so all over the place.
So I'm so
changing,
Nazi, anti-Nazi, anti-Hitler propaganda, like internet sided. I'm so biased that I said, well, like communist Nazis, and my friend goes, whoa, hold on. The Nazis weren't communists. And I said, what? What do you mean? Yeah, they were. And he said, no. They were a right-winged anti-communist movement. And then Hitler was the guy that went crazy and did all the bad stuff. But the Nazism, the whole Reichstag, or what is it? Reichstag, or whatever.
Reichstag.
The whole thing was anti-communism. They were not communists. And I was like, then why is everything I've read and learned and watched and listened to on the internet describe them as communists? So later, I didn't want to get into an argument with this friend. I was like, just not gonna,
If anything, he was maybe leaning fascist a little bit in some of his ideologies. That's about where it was at.
So I'm confused about this because he did everything was communist, bro. He was a totalitarian dictator. I thought everything was like food lines and super controlled and like. So maybe I have like an ignorant comprehension of that history, or maybe I'm thinking about Soviet Russia and I'm mixing them together. But I thought
because Hitler's vision in his speeches before like Hitler became like Hitler,
right?
Like as we more know him, Hitler, yeah. His vision was
how he got all the people, right?
Like people say it's communist because it kind of has the communist back to it as. The government should support the people's necessities so then the people can do what the people just like live life, at least get your bare minimum. Like basically it's the belief every human is deserved the basic rights and needs of shelter, clean water, and like general rations of food, I think, to keep you alive is kind of like what they believe. And like I said shelter. So
food, water, shelter.
That'd be great. So I mean, yeah, sure, that'd be great.
Which is socialism.
Which is basically universal basic income.
Which is socialism. So
here, let me finish it. The important part on how like it had because that's like the kind of it's got that backbone of communism. It sounds like
right.
The point is like there's certain jobs that have to be done to have a civilization of mass to function when you're in a more like dense society, like an actual city. There's jobs that people don't want to do. They have to be done,
right?
Like sanitation, sewer lines, all that stuff. Who wants to play around in the poo? Nobody does. Why do they do it? Because it makes good money. It pays their bills.
Mm-hmm.
Well, certain people might really, really hate that and not want to do it. So he was trying to give options for people. The vision he gives you just at least the bare minimum so you're not starving, you're not worried, you're not like trying to hunker down out of the rain, out of the you have heat and like you can at least not be worried about those, which is the most basic things like what we need to survive. And you can focus on what you love doing and what you're passionate about, or like certain needs that there is a society that you actually really want to help for. So instead of like choosing the path like we do in America with like the stress of having to pay your bills as you're going and just so you can eat and whatnot, sometimes then you feel like you can't do the dreams you want to because certain things are expensive, you only make so many hours, yada yada yada. Try to eliminate all that so you can just do what you want to do, because he had the belief in, which is why also this is actually, it had proof in the pudding, why those Nazi scientists were so good. It's not just because they're German and German heritage, just the smartest in the world. It's how he rewarded his people. He rewarded them very well, gave them they loved the science. So they were able to not worry about any of that, and they just focused on their craft. Kind of just like the Japanese.
Yeah.
And so then they become excellent in that craft that they specifically don't have to worry about crap out.
Right.
Because what do you know with my life? I have 30 different things to worry about, and I can barely focus on one.
Right.
You know, like, so how am I going to make that one thing awesome? I'm not. It's just a bunch of like semi-decent, awesome, tiny little things.
Mm-hmm.
But they came out with some of the most revolutionary tech during World War II, and that was because of how he treated scientists with that. Which he wanted that for the whole community. Like, if you want to be the best baker, you know, like, go make the best bread in the world. Like, if you fail, that's like, at least you put in a full effort for it, because you knew you can gamble more on the table versus something you like, because you're not worried about those basic things like food and water. Great concept, right? You know, but also there's kind of the thing like, there's really no free lunch. That all has to be there some way or another. Like, how does all that exist? So it was going to be this whole structure of, you know, a correct, not abused tax system, yada yada. You know, because so it'd be internally funded to where you're not getting taxed beyond ever. Like, but you know, you still got to pay your little bit of a way, which is basically like, there's those jobs that people didn't want to do. So it was like an agreement, like, those jobs have to get done. So you will, like, when those have to get done, he's not going to force anybody that absolutely won't. But the people, he'll give it really good incentives, so then people still will get that stuff done.
Right.
Because they might not know what they're doing or something, they might have time and they're just like, so they go do that. It's just supposed to be a more lax and like free flowing feel, like, so you're not just like, I have to do this to survive, like, because the brain doesn't really flourish. I mean, you know, pressure makes diamonds.
Well, that's where pressure
does make diamonds sometimes,
because that kind of makes sense.
Well, I mean, what's the main thing humans all crave? Comfortability. Right. And then what all the greats say, comfortability kills. So that's where it's like, man, like, oh, like, yes, we want that. That sounds great, and I think that is a bad be great thing. Because I'm like, you know,
junk food.
Back in the day, like, girl, you go anywhere. You didn't have to buy food. If you want to go and just get a glass of water, they give you a glass of water. It was like, man's right. You know, you deserve water. If you are dying of thirst, like, here's a glass of water. Obviously, you can't drink their well dry. Like, if you want to, now it's like, you have to get the cup, you have to buy the water. Yeah, it's not always just like given. And that's more of the mentality of everything in their culture.
So I thought this was interesting, because then I was like, wait, dude, so am I stupid? Okay, a little bit. Or am I completely wrong and I was fed like propaganda stuff? Maybe a little bit. So I go to the Grok and I said, hey, you know, just had this conversation. So like, why do I feel like the Nazis were communists, right? And it basically, my takeaway is that our definition of right wing has changed a little bit. But also, it was the classic, they said they were right-wing ideologies. So they were like anti-liberal, they were anti-communism, but then they did practice socialism, and then they did start practicing totalitarian dictatorship. So then it was like this weird blend or something. So the Grok had a few things to note, like Hitler's speeches, the 25-point program, and what they actually did in power, while acknowledging that the mainstream historical view is the opposite. So claiming that the books are all wrong sounds like a conspiracy theory, you know, but they were labeled as far right as modern shorthand doesn't really explain how the Nazis saw themselves and differed from both classical liberals and capitalists and Marxists, because they were also anti-Marxists, but then they behaved that way, it feels like, or from what I have called and stuff, right? So then he literally, so kind of like you were describing, it was like they weren't full communists, but then they did turn into full communists, right? So Hitler,
which is why Karl Marx says socialism is just the foothold to communism.
Yeah, the shoehorn. Yep.
You just can't get a little bit.
Yep. That I read that one day, so maybe that's wrong too.
You just can't seem to get a little bit. But it always fully goes, which I think is why they kind of try to bridge in that totalitarianism. I can't say that word right now, apparently. Totalitarianism. Yeah, well.
You know the one.
Yeah, the dyslexia might be kicking. So, because it's just kind of like, if there's no head of household, everybody might just go wild. There's no order. There has to be that top spot that kind of holds it, which is what, oh, wow, kind of weird. All these people that believe in, like, we shouldn't have just the one leader. What do they believe in? The one and only God, one and only leader.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but he's God. He doesn't do anything wrong. Oh, so maybe you want to just try to find a person and then, like, work with that person to make sure, build up your community to where, like, we don't do wrong. Oh, that. Yeah. Oh, the
maybe
belief in God.
It's
not the one leader. It's the belief. It's the culture, everything that goes with it.
Yeah.
And so that's always a fun ironic. But y'all are some of the most ironic people out there for the most. Like, I'm not saying, like, I'm still basically Christian if you had to classify me away.
Yeah.
It's just like, y'all get so, come on, admit it. Y'all got a little chip on your shoulder like y'all better than everybody else. Because you accept, and
everybody does.
You're not better than anybody. You're not better than another person. Every religion thinks
they've got it because that's the point of believing in a religion. It's like, oh, this is the right one.
Yeah, because guess what? The second you even have that thought in your head, you are disobeying the word of God and what he wants you to do.
That is definitely the irony of religion.
Yeah. So it's so painful. It's like, like you talk all about it, but you're not living it.
So Hitler did call himself socialist, like flat out, according to this Grok report here. And then, so that's like where I guess I get it from, because then he operated like authoritarians on the economic left in practice, like massive state intervention, price controls, wage controls, huge welfare state for ethnic Germans, forced labor programs. That sounds communist, bro. Okay, and then they also hated the finance capitalism and Jewish usury. And then that
was one of the things that tipped the scales, other than the CIA, which is probably because they also work with them because there's big banks and, we kind of the number one money power in the world.
He didn't have the money before.
Yeah, exactly.
So then this led me into a realization of, bro, what is, like, it's so hypocritical and painful that the left right now is pro-Palestine, which is anti-Israel. They're pro-Iran, which is anti-Israel. There's a lot of anti-Semitism, Jew hate talking, when literally just 4 years ago, if you said something critiquing Jews, they would get mad at the right and call them anti-Semitic. And a lot of people are bitching and moaning about the Jews owning the bank system and taxing everybody too much, which that is what the definition of Jewish usury is, because the lore goes that Jews came up with interest, and interest is against the Bible. Because literally in the Bible, it says it is like unholy to charge people interest, and it's usury.
It goes with like
shady business to charge interest on a loan.
Like every man should be able to have a glass of water if need be. Have a drink. It's the same concept.
So the left,
just a different thing.
The left's pro-Palestine, pro-Iranian, and anti-Jewish usury is literally Nazi rhetoric. When they call Donald Trump and the supporters the Nazis and the Hitler.
It's like, instead of action and saying what they're doing in simple terms, they have to come up with a more descriptive of certain situation works. They feel like it labels it better.
Yeah,
no, it's all down to the action. Again, they all listening to words and stuff.
It's pay attention to the actions. So that's where I was like, I was having a nice dinner. I didn't want to get into an argument thing, right? Plus, my friend loses his shit if you disagree with anything he says. So I was like, dude, I'm pretty sure I'm not brain dead because I've been low key studying this shit for a long time. So that is the answer, bro. The winners of history write the books, and for some reason, when we won, we wrote them as right. We wrote them as right wing or something, when actually, in reality, their actions were all of this hardcore communist. Now, you could have a far right communist, a far left communist. So then it's complicated again. Like if I was having this as an official debate, I would do the smart debater thing, but it's annoying to the other side. And I would start out with, how do you define right and left? like it's little pieces here and there for this example of Nazism, right? So they're right winged in saying they're anti-communist, in saying they're anti-Jewish usury, money, conservatism or something. But then they were far left in behaving like Marxists. They said they were anti-communist, anti-Marxist, but then they literally had forced labor. They had, controlled prices. They, like literally socialism, right? Like literally behaved like the thing they said they were against. Like, I don't know. So I was like, okay, so I don't think I'm crazy. But yeah, he right. Like that. I knew that's how the books all paint him, right? The books all say like, oh, it's a far right thing. And oh, if Trump's far right, that means he's Hitler. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it just don't make no goddamn sense to me, bro. So I don't know. That was just one that came up for me this week.
Trying to make something look bad.
Have you ever had this discussion, Chat?
No, people just have no end on what bounds they'll do and twist things to make get what they want, which is making something else look bad or something because they're hurt or whatever. Forgiveness is key.
Yeah, right here. So right wing doesn't fit the way people use the term today. Modern right wing often means free market, small government, tradition, individual liberty. Nazis had none of that. They crushed unions, except their own, regulated or took over private businesses that when it suited them, and were revolutionary, not conservative. They allied with some industrialists tactically, but weren't pro-capitalist in a laissez-faire sense. So literally, they behaved nothing like right-wing, aka conservatism. Because right-wing is generally defined as conservative, and conservative means simply you are trying to preserve the old ways or the current world order.
And I want to believe it all started because what the first rhetoric that they were blasting all over the mainstream media was Trump's a Republican. Republicans are this problem.
Anything right equals them.
And then they had to then throw in the whole Nazi stuff because it's just like the racist.
Which, bro.
And so now they heard Trump Nazi, he's Republican. Republicans are Nazis. Ah, yes. I have made a huge discovery. Yes, that's totally what it has to mean. Because my brain just doesn't really work right. But here I am, still able to vote and crap. No understanding of English language or definitions. How to even live my own life if the government wasn't a thing. Because I can't start a fire if there wasn't actual lighter or something. I have no skills in life, but I will talk all this crap on how I think it should be and how I know it totally should be. I'm totally a self-sufficient human and could survive without the government. Oh, that's why you want government intervention to help you so bad in the first place, because you can't help yourself. There it is.
Right?
Because you're weak. But weak men create hard times. Give your balls a tug out there, men. And hey, you strong women, independent or not, which it's that was another Russian culture or deculturing right there. Because it's good to be strong and independent, but what are you as a dude and a woman? You're in a solid relationship together. It's like going Super Saiyan. It's compound interest.
Right.
It's way more than what you can do by yourself. When you team up, it's not just two. It's like a multiplication.
Yep.
With the right one.
100%.
That was just a thing to make sure we stop getting together, stop having babies, stop populating, so all these communist countries can eventually make us communist too with their totalitarian ways of, we just don't like your ideas on things. So we're just gonna blow you up even though you're not hurting anybody and because you're just not obeying us. Right. You're not doing anything bad to your people or yourselves, but you're not doing what we want you to, so we're going to kill you.
So the tinfoil, okay. So if they were painted as right wing because they were preaching conservatism, but they implemented far left socialism and communism, right? You can have the same behaviors on the far left, far right. So they were right because they were preaching nationalism, race like superiority hierarchy and then went too far to communism. And so that's what actual far right is, right? And now that's thrown around like the word racist, right? Everything's far right. No. Far right's way over here. This is like normal right, okay? Well, then far left was what? So you're trying to tell me the USSR was far left? Communism was about classes instead of races? Well, I mean, like, how separate does that actually get? So then who wins? The deep state wins, right? The deep state decides to paint that all far right because the leftist socialism is good. And it's totally not going to lead to a far left,
Never.
like the same thing as the far right. It's probably a circle, right?
Never.
You have the middle and then the far left and right. That's how it should be drawn. It should be drawn as a circle, right? Because the far left and the far right actually meet in the middle, and it leads to totalitarianism, egalitarianism, like, you know, separation of classes, whether that's based on race or just classing, you know. Call me crazy. But either way, if we are on the topic of everybody calling, you know, Trump Hitler, I think we might want to go ahead and pop on over and check out the White House's X post from today. They put out a doctor's prescription for what is known as Trump derangement syndrome.
Crowley, are you not in the chat because you actually do work for the White House in their troll department? I know it's not you.
Like Wilkinson said, man, as we know, anyone can call themselves whatever they want. So, like, are they far left, far right? Are they Hitler? Are they not? Yeah. But this was hilarious, man.
I'm a sloth. I'm party sloth.
Well, you are kind of a sloth. I do agree.
Exactly. It's fitting.
You're a little slow. You're like, oh, good.
Yep. Very slothy with my energy.
My time. Very rarely are you lit, but when we get you riled up, you are a ranter and lit chief.
Dude, that would be a sight to see. Even sloth just ripping up the vines. Like, whoa, that thing's got a turbo or what, dude?
Brother, even when you're in a good mood,
some crazy
your good
berries.
moods are bipolar.
Oh yeah.
Good mood, chill. Good mood, lit. Good mood, chill.
Yeah. If I'm in between, it's a rare day, I guess.
We're all like that, brother. But this was just funny because I believe they put this out. Oh yeah, by the way, if you're just listening,
that's part of that Christian upbringing. No, Jesus doesn't want you lukewarm. You're either going to believe all the way or none of the way.
This is a funny, fake script from a doctor for Trump derangement syndrome, and it says the treatment is trusting in Trump, listen to the national anthem, limit fake news, don't be a panikin. Which, by the way, do you know what panikin means now?
I was going to say, is that a new one?
That's
or
a new
is that
one.
Something that was around, just never heard it said
That's
before?
the word I believe we're using for the flip-floppers that are like turning on Trump and they're like panicking about,
more people are like, they're getting louder in the media saying he's racist. I don't want to be like associated with the Nazi racist. They're going to then maybe like shoot at my house or something, shoot at me. Which is crazy because, I mean, honestly, you're not that schizo and like having that worry because there's a lot of radical people out there on that other side that have EDS.
Right.
And they will do some things to just rant. They didn't even know. They didn't wake up thinking any of it. They're just programmed.
Oh,
that's why they have it, because their brain doesn't work for themselves. It works for the system.
There's literally...
And so they are programmed through blue screen. There is patenting on this also. I'm not just saying this is like some bull crap. They are getting programmed through the boob tube to basically be dingus and believe all that crap.
Now social media too.
And when your brain is, when you're able to go, how would I have felt if I didn't eat breakfast this morning? All of a sudden you can do all these calculations and realize it's a whole bunch of phooey. Right. That they're sending up your way. Because it doesn't make sense past like two thoughts.
Wilkins saying in the chats with you, she's down with 0 to 100.
Yeah, no lukewarm. You might as well be all about it or not. If you're not about it, why do it?
So this is the announcement that I believe we got the funny May type thing for.
Or funny to them because, well, they suffer from Trump derangement syndrome, to be honest. They don't even know what they're looking at. They can't even see straight. but I have a new way out. I'm going to propose something the opposite of what I want, and we will have massive amounts of legislation. No, just all I have to do is say, we will not build the wall, and they'll
diabolically clever.
No, I'm going to do it, Katie. We'll put it in.
I think you're
I'm going to go the opposite. Whatever is bad, I'm going to go for it, and they'll approve what's good. Fun. Well, they've got serious Trump derangement syndrome, which actually is a disease. I'm hearing it is actually a disease. It's another funding. The Democrats.
What I'm hearing is it's actually a clinical disease now. Bro, I don't doubt it. I think we did cover that, bro. Like some psychiatrists have actually like declared it as a condition type thing. Because some people come in so heated and upset.
I mean, look at what these people are doing because of it. Like they see you're wearing a Trump shirt and they've just attacked these random people. You just get attacked for wearing a Trump hat or something.
Yeah, there are literal stories about people getting attacked or shot, killed.
And people getting arrested, all sort. Like just people go nuts.
Hey,
it's like wearing red around a shark. They're just like, dude, yes.
Am I louder now? And is Dan louder now? Or are we too loud?
Are we both louder?
I remember someone was saying that our vocals are a little bit quieter than the videos I play. But I already backed down the video. So now I thought maybe I need to bump up our audio. But I had my audio turned down because I'm a loud son of a bitch. And I had your audio at nothing. So now I wonder if I need to leave yours at
probably not bad, because generally when I listen to myself, it seems a little quiet.
And then when I talk, am I too loud?
No, you're like kind of. I mean, generally it's like pretty perfect. Maybe a hair loud sometimes. But.
Wilkinson says, I watched someone take Xanax in the chair while doing their hair over Trump. Yeah. Talking to the hairstylist, and they talked about Trump, got so upset, and they said, oh my God, I need a Xanny. Field report, folks. It's real. All right, let me know if I jack with the audio too much.
Why does it seem like it's always the ones with the Xannies that are on that boat, too?
Yeah.
I mean, not all of them. Definitely not all of them. I knew one that would definitely kick ass and not on.
Well,
on it, but
I very much want to ask chicken or the egg on that, right? Like,
Right, yeah. I think it was only because she had good roots to her, like being outdoors all the time, loved all the country stuff. So she knew.
Did she hate Trump before the
farmers,
Xannies?
and farmers are smart because they're in the core of.
Did she get the Xannies and then hate Trump because of the SSRI type?
Never did hate Trump. That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Not all of them on Xannies hate Trump.
I know, right? Yeah, probably all. If you're a conservative, you don't take Xannies, bro.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. It's far fewer.
Some people probably don't even think that far.
Most conservatives are like, I'm not taking no medicine. I'm in control of my thoughts.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, so that's interesting.
But then there's some people where, it's wired a different way.
No, sure. I'm just,
they're just following their doctor.
The writer people do lend to, I don't want to take the medicine. Like.
They just trust their doctor.
Yeah.
And they also trust Trump's winning.
So this was another small one. There was a lot of small ones, but I think important. You know what I'm saying?
Just a little one.
So this was another small one. Wilkinson says guaranteed SSRIs or anxiety meds. Yeah, right, dude. So the small one, but big and important. They all add up, folks. You chip away at it like what do you chip away at?
Block ice.
Or a mountain or something. Like things you would chip away at, and then later you've conquered it. This was one of the many small but important things we wanted when hoping Trump would be elected again. So again, winning and again delivering on campaign promises, right? Because now it seems the environment has allowed for the United States House to pass an amendment to the Farm Bill now banning China, Russia, and Iran and other foreign adversaries from buying American farmland.
The land of the United States should be owned by Americans,
not by foreign adversaries, hostile regimes, or those who actively seek to undermine the economic, food, and national security of the American people. Right now, federal law does not have a forceful provision that strictly denies entities and persons affiliated with foreign adversaries and state sponsors of terrorism from buying up American farmland. The same governments that hack our critical infrastructure, poison our communities with fentanyl, and dare to surpass the United States on the world stage are slowly acquiring American farmland acre by acre, county by county, and state by state. My amendment is simple. It would prohibit the purchase of agricultural land by foreign adversaries and state sponsors of terrorism. The fact that our enemies and their accomplices are already not firmly restricted from purchasing ag land in our nation should alarm every member of this body. Enemy ownership of our agricultural land presents a clear, dire, and direct threat to our national security. Much of our farmland surrounds our nation's most sensitive critical infrastructure assets and military installations, and such proximity can afford our enemies the ability to surveil our troops and disrupt critical supply chains that support military readiness, our energy grid, and keep our economy flourishing. We should never allow our enemies to gain a foothold in the shadows of the installations that protect and defend our economic and national security. Our agricultural land is perhaps one of our nation's greatest strategic assets. It's the land that sustains American families, insulates our military installations, and serves as the backbone of the American economy. Why should we ever give our enemies a single inch of the very land that sustains our country?
Amen.
My amendment draws a hard line, which should have existed all along. Our enemies don't get to own Americans' agricultural land. I urge my colleagues to support the American people's sovereign right to our farmland by voting for my amendment.
As Edmund would say, duh, what are we even talking about here?
No duh.
So I think this one is a sleeper that the definite mainstream will not be covering. I think this is really important, and we were all bitching and moaning about it leading up to the 2024 election, with everybody talking about China owns such and such % of our farmland now. Bill Gates and China and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So this is a big fucking deal, man.
Big deal.
I think that's a big deal. Next up, I think we should
goodness, it's that crackhead.
Go on over to the communist in chief, Mr. Hakeem Jeffries.
Alleged crackhead.
I don't know if you're watching all the news feeds on the internet, or like if you got a good news feed, folks, you've been seeing all of the drawings of the districts. Do I need to pull them up for people that come to our show for the news?
I mean, they come here to get all of the bits that we can give them.
Will that magically pull up all the things I'm thinking of? So all the districts are getting redrawn because of the Supreme Court hearing, and they're like all turning red. What is that? Louisiana?
Mississippi.
Oh, that one's Mississippi.
Louisiana looks like the boot.
Yeah, that one's boot. Yeah. He's saying here.
You haven't seen it. When did it come out? Just now?
No, it came out this morning, but basically very much narrows the Voting Rights Act.
Was it considered a win for who?
Win for Republicans.
I love it.
But my question...
This is a very good... We can end this news conference right now.
Who would the win for? Us? I love it.
Read it.
My question, Mr. President, is that some Republican governors have not responded in terms of what they're going to do. I guess early voting, for example, in Louisiana.
Republican governors? What?
Republican governors.
What about it?
Early voting begins Saturday there, for instance. Should they redraw the map in the next couple of
I would. I mean, it depends. I mean, some states don't need to redraw, and some do. I mean, I know what the concept of the rule. I just haven't seen the result. Yeah, I would say generally, I would think that they would want to do it. Some are greatly helped, and some, didn't make much difference.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen it, man, like Illinois is like a real bad one where they like drew these weird little slivers and stuff to suck in a bunch of people that would vote all blue or shit, some ish. So they're all just getting repainted red, dog.
Oh man, the midterms are just gonna get blown out of the water. Yeah, losing all the support. Oh well,
right.
Here we see
it's
everybody's
propaganda, I believe,
turning
to
red.
make people like think they give up or something, right?
Well, as just like the you like I was saying, they made it the nostalgia. If you're a conspiracy theorist, you're that crazy nut,
right?
So then you don't want. It's just like it's a communist play. It's literally the communist play. But you can't. like literally do the no free speech thing. So how else do you go against it then? Oh yeah, you do that whole mental thing and you shame them. You do this whole shame showing and chapow, like
demoralize. It's demoralization. It's part of the communist handbook, bro.
Yep.
Wilkinson says some conservatives take SSRIs, benzos, but all libs take SSRIs and benzos. Yeah, right. That's something, but not all. And this, she says, I wonder who will be more willing to switch to ibogaine treatments. Yeah, that'd be probably the conservative people.
Oh, really? Each side just so like up there. They just have a little less like, tough character. So they think we're just so crazy to them. Then they have a less tough skin. So they're all taking now anxiety meds. We are in the same boat. They are too much, but we have tougher skin. So, but not all of us. So some of us are taking it.
Right.
But it's all just in dealing with each other's craziness.
Yeah.
I just feel like you're so crazy. I can't deal with it. I have to pop a pill.
This was the example I was looking
you're
for.
Crazy. I'm gonna pop a pill now.
I don't know if I can zoom it in more. Yeah.
Do we need an electron microscope? How close we getting?
Well, like if you're watching on the TV or something,
we might find out. If we zoom in real close on a red state, you might find out there is no RMNA DNA manipulation happening.
Oh shit, where did it go? Okay.
That would be a funny.
This is the
troll.
one. Okay, so I think you can get the point, even if you're on TV, right? So this was the Virginia map that we're all squawking about, okay? That the Supreme Court just made the decision, and they said, actually, it's racist. So what's crazy is they're using the laws that said it was racist how the states were drawn for districts and saying it was racist against black folk. Now they're saying, well, you went too far. You went 0 to 100, and now you're drawing them only for black folks, which is also racist.
Oh, whoa. Wait, hold up. This is breaking news. International, like, seventh wonder of the world. That's an absolutely astronomical, huge thing you just said there, Scott. It absolutely can't be possible. Never, ever in a million, billion, gazillion, iota bit years could that ever be the thing. Racism only is a one-way street.
I know, right, dude? So here's the example of what everyone's squawking about. If you did not see this, if you just happen to not pull it up in a feed somewhere, folks, let me show you. Look how the district is drawn. It stems from like what? I would imagine like the big city. I'm Virginia Dem. So like where's DC at? Because it gets close up here, right? Or it's like a big city.
Yeah, it's more up north.
Well, it's not in Virginia, right?
Because it's close.
But it's close. It's like right over.
It's close. DC is like right in between the border, pretty much of Arlington, Virginia, and Maryland.
Right. It is Baltimore. Like right in the armpit of them, though, right?
Yeah.
So it's getting real close to there, I speculate.
I'm the map. I'm the map.
Yeah, talk about American idiot. Where's Washington, D.C.? What a general idea.
Wait a second. Dang it, second. Your ADHD is amazing. Further down. More south. There's,
Yeah, bro, no, it's exactly where I was saying.
So
see how it's in the right?
Yeah, between Arlington and Baltimore, except Baltimore.
So it's right on the right there, right? So now let's look at this.
Yeah, it's like right
literally
there.
Right here. So Washington, D.C., and then it's not like a district, like a square right here, and then that's it, and then another square over here. You know what I mean? They draw out all these long legs where each one of these is part of the city. So they split the giant Democrat city into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 districts. So they can turn the entire district blue where everybody probably past the circle is red. So it would only be like one district out of 7 that would be blue in the state.
I mean,
but then what that does is it gets them
unsurprised because I spend time out there every year, and I mean, you see one every once in a while, but it is very, very. It's almost like a cult. Like you get the sense like they probably wouldn't let you move in the neighborhood if you're a Trump supporter here. They got HOA and whatnot. Like it's literally you've seen Kamala everywhere at that time. You didn't see one Trump nowhere. If you're in that town around DC, nothing but blue. I'm telling nothing.
Right? So yeah,
none of them Trump. So I wouldn't be that surprised.
They're like all flipping. Here's Alabama.
So what's that like? Oh, that almost sounds like how the Nazis made no unions happen except their own.
I know, right?
That sounds really familiar, doesn't it? Wow. Oh, wait. Again, the pot calling the kettle black. Them going, hey, look over there. They're the Nazis. Hey, guys, we're going to secretly be the best Nazis there ever was while we try to get everybody else to believe that they're the Nazis, even though.
The U.S. Supreme Court has put the brakes on Illinois legislative's proposed redistricting amendment. In a 6-3 decision, Louisiana versus Calais, the court ruled that drawing districts based predominantly on race violates the 14th Amendment. Because Illinois...
No shit.
Because the Illinois amendment... And then again, bro, it may have been required back in the day since we were so racist or something. Cool, let's give the black folks a leg up. Let's get away from the racism. Let's get away from, being mean and putting down the black man, Like, let's get away from that. But then it went out of control, like flipping almost everything does, right? And then it swung too far the other way, and now it's time to balance out, for God's sakes. So here's current Illinois, and see, look at this. What is this district? So is that like what? Let me guess. Springfield's like right in there somewhere.
That's Springfield.
And then they spread it out long.
They're look at that. Yeah, they're trying to connect Chicago.
Right. And then those stretch way out into like freaking Rockford almost, dude. Like,
everything south of that. Y'all ever been around them territories? Well, what do you know about O Block? That's South Side Chicago.
Oh, bet, yeah.
Gary, Indiana.
Like, look how far that stretched down.
And guess where? All in that, all those cities of Indiana that are touching that place, absolute shitholes.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. So because the Illinois amendment required the creation of racial coalition districts, the proposal is now unconstitutional. The Illinois Senate has officially paused all movement on amendment just days ahead of the May 3rd deadline to get it into November ballot. Interesting.
Come on, Illinois. Be smart. Go to the poll.
What the heck is this blue
Screw.
thing? A schizophrenic river? Yeah, dude. They like I've heard people describe all the districts being drawn like Rorschach tests. It's like, yeah, very true.
I mean, you know what that's showing right there? The mentality of two lefties.
It's people
that
on
are
SSRIs.
Like, we can't. We're too far away from the other ones. We gotta eventually like connect because these other people surrounding us, they're just so gosh darn mean. They like believe in like making their own money and eating red meat. It's like absolutely horrible.
This is your brain on drugs, fractured. So look, this is what a normal district map should look like in 2024. It was literally that, and then they were trying to make it this. So I guess it wasn't in effect. But yeah, interesting. That's the difference. Very interesting. So anyway, with this news of the redistricting, Mr. Hakeem Jeffries has a thing or two to say about it.
To Florida Republicans is F around and find out.
News that we're just getting in from the Commonwealth of Virginia. This could have big implications for other states and clearly for the midterms. And there's a reaction now for Republicans in Virginia saying the following: we respect the decision of the Supreme Court of Virginia. I'm proud Virginia's came out in historic numbers. got it, made their voices heard, and sent a message not just here at home, but across the country to Donald Trump and his administration. That's the reaction from the Democrats. The problem
How'd they
is,
get that?
Yeah, for Democrats,
how'd they get that out of
they've been shut out of
doesn't have Hakeem Jeffries. So Jeffries is literally saying that they, as soon as they get into power, they are going to make a law that you can only be 54 years old to serve on the Virginia Supreme Court. So they all have to retire, and then they can try to pack the Virginia Supreme Court with Democrats that would then allow the gerrymandered map to be passed through, which sounds very much like some king totalitarian, maybe communist type. I'm going to get in there and I'm going to force it through. Not like I'm going to rally up the people and convince everybody to agree on it.
It's weirdly so easy to know exactly what the Democratic Party's for. Just listen to what they say they hate, and that's exactly what they're doing.
You're right here. Hey, Grok, did Hitler remove any judges from courts? Yes. Hitler and the Nazis systemically removed judges from German courts starting in 1933. This was part of their broader effort to coordinate the judiciary, purge perceived opponents, and align the legal system with Nazi ideology. What do you know?
Almost like why the Founding Fathers wanted an even number of representatives of each side, if we could have it.
Yeah, because I don't want to get rid of the other side. Having two sides is good. That is how you go one side a little bit, the other side the other bit, and you find things in the middle, bro.
The balance, the yin and the yang.
Bro, this is like a bingo chart of Democratic Party. Chinese spies, pedos, violent illegals, Hamas, narco-terrorists, Frente Aragua, Antifa, MS-13, communists, Palestine protesters, the KKK, sexual deviants, coward terrorists, white supremacists, Somali fraudsters, baby killers, anti-Semites.
Wait, no, white supremacists can only ever be one party. I actually, it is starting to, I had the thought, because everybody else is talking about their real cheap prices with a certain company, except mine is like the longer I've been with them, the more they charge me, and they don't, when I go, what's a smaller package? And then I will, get, the last time I tried downgrading my service to save money, I lost internet service and paid more, basically.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
because it wasn't like packaged or something.
No, it's just I'm a longer customer, so I get to pay more. That's just how it works there. So, yeah. And so I was like, is this just because I'm a white male? The thought came across my head. Is this what it is? Is this why you're billing me? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just because I'm a white male on their textbooks, and that's why I'm getting.
Well, I mean,
getting billed more.
Dan,
that's just how much is out there. It's now that I'm having this small thoughts. I have to think it. It's on the board now.
Think any other ethnicity names their kid Dan?
I mean, yeah,
it's kind of a tell, bro.
I mean, a little bit, but either way, they have it probably on my application in there. All I'm saying is, like, that's how much it's in culture, because I never would ever like thought it's just not a thing. It's not a thing. Like, why would you like? We're all, and now I'm having to think, like, because it makes no sense.
You're anti-woke, and you're like,
I'm trying to make sense of it. It's like, wait, am I actually being discriminated against here?
Now you know what it feels like to be black, Dan.
No, but maybe a little. Sure, we could say it. Maybe a bit.
Well, you know, the being worried about being discriminated on. The only real life discrimination I ever got to experience, to have a iota of empathy empathy is the one where you didn't really live through it or something, was when I was in the smart kid classes. They all hated on us and was like, y'all think you're better than us, blah blah blah, like well, why are we being discriminated on?
Yeah. Like, I don't think, I just apparently did on the papers. They just stuck me here.
I just like doing school.
You we took the same paper, man. Like, I don't know. I got lucky here. Don't be mad at me.
I heard about regular school and a bunch of people just yelling and screaming at the teacher, and that sounded absolutely appalling to me. So
more like, this is how. Also, again, though, you then realize you're at where you're at and they're at where they're at doing that because do you think, okay, we're smart kids. So we generally think work smarter, not harder. And why do you think we choose to do the harder work? It's harder work in that class. We didn't like sign up like, yes, I would love to do the harder bit. No, they just stuck us in those bits and we just had to deal with it because like we're a kid. We basically or didn't know we could like, what way we could not do it really.
I appreciate the defense, but we all literally wanted harder work.
You guys, I never want. Who wants more homework and harder problems?
We literally wanted all that.
Okay, yeah, you guys are nerds. Yeah, no, for me, it was like I'm just stuck here, bro. I'm an athlete, but I'm here because apparently I can do some number work too, and now I gotta carry this weight. Like,
when our teacher
also, I guess I might as well because I had the realization that the non-smart people just don't seem to have the same quality of living as the other ones that make smarter. I mean, he could argue smarter versus better or right, but what's the right word to put on this here? Is there really a...
When our teacher wouldn't give us a hard enough homework assignment, we would invent more around the homework assignment and turn it in so we got extra
really
credit.
Didn't have much else going on other than school, did you? Jeez.
Well, what else did you have? You was an effing kid.
Your friends and playing outside.
That's what. Yeah, we did that too. We played soccer, but we loved doing the homework. And then the best, bro, we would all like socialism. We would collectively.
I liked it in class when I could be playing with my friends outside. Maybe that's what was different. I mean, did you guys always have required homework every night that you had to do?
Well, we would collectively do it all together and get it done, so we didn't have to do it later at night.
Oh yeah, we weren't allowed to do that.
Well, we would just do it without the knowing.
I mean,
so that we weren't allowed either, but we did it.
You could a little bit. I mean, they knew you were doing it. They were just being lenient on you then.
Perhaps.
So they were.
But we were pretty good at it, and we would all retain the knowledge, so then we'd all pass the test, so they never could, like, gripe about it? Or, like, call us out on it or something.
Yeah,
but,
part of the teacher-student conflict.
Yeah, and then we learned how to do the Rubik's Cube before there was the internet. So figure that out.
Yeah.
So another small but giant win, I would say here. The fugitive vaccine researcher behind the infamous No Autism Link study arrested for stealing $1 million from the CDC. So, hey, this doesn't mean everything's correct and true and they're all bad, but it is another bad guy. The CDC that was, given a lot of credence and, his words had weight, and he turned out to be a bad guy. The very foundation of the, quote, no vaccine autism link narrative rests on the research tainted by both criminal activity and scientific fraud. On the HHS most wanted list for years, Paul Thorson was just extradited from Germany under the escort by the U.S. Air Marshals. Thorson faces 22 counts of wire fraud, money laundering for embezzling over $1 million in CDC grant money meant for autism, cerebral palsy, genetic disorders, and fetal alcohol syndrome. No wonder why we can't get cures for things, because all the money we think is going there is just being frauded. Like, God bless, man.
Kind of just like Cuba and all of our humanitarian aid just gets...
And everything else, right? Like, God dang. The paper was riddled with fatal flaws, outdated autism rates that masked the true rise in the cases, diagnostic delay bias, unvaccinated kids were too young to be diagnosed, suppressing cases, over-adjusted models and erased signals, immortal time bias and reclassification ticks that broke casualties, undisclosed CDC funding conflicts. So, oh man, I think that's very interesting. He was on the most wanted list, bro. So that's pretty dope that we got him. And then he was literally connected to frauding the vaccines don't cause autism, which everybody cites as, oh, you're an anti-vaxxer if you believe that. So the numbers that they were using were false.
Ta-da! Another we already knew.
You're right.
Tried telling you.
Absolutely insane, bro.
Children's Health Defense.
Yeah, children'shealthdefense.org, man. Do you remember who started that and ran it?
Mm-mm.
RFK Jr. That's his company.
Who I was going to guess.
Nice. So I thought that was a good one.
I didn't know.
Make sure to share that one out, guys, to somebody that needs to know. If you have somebody that you argue with about vaccines, maybe, possibly, I'm not a doctor, maybe being connected to autism, you should check out that link in the description box down below. It's the receipts for the show. I always put them in the receipt box down below. If you click that, you go to the website and you can find all of the links that we talk about during the shows. So you can look into it more. You know, maybe it's like the Nick Shirley thing, and I just wanted to hit it quick and not sit here for 30 minutes, which is on it. Or, you know, maybe you need to share it over to somebody and be like, you remember that one time that you called me a crazy, wacko conspiracy theorist nut job because I said I believe that there's some kind of a correlation between vaccines and autism? Check this out. And send this one over to them, or just share it on your social, share it on your Facebook if you're not
Turns out RFK didn't deserve all that mean hate from all them moms with autistic kids when he made that statement.
Right. That was a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
In other news, did you hear what unfortunate come down with TDS syndrome Mark Hamill said and posted this week?
Nope, I did not.
So with that attempt on Donald Trump's life only yet a week or two ago, Mr. Hamill posts a picture of Donald Trump dead in a coffin.
Oh, are we going to get a Comey 2.0?
Well, bad news.
Sounds like it. That sounds like there might be some boys having a couple little chats with him.
So bad news for Mark, because Trump is actually his father.
Yeah.
Babylon B crushed it on that one.
Yep. You gotta love the B.
That's the exact face he's making in the Star Wars movie when he found out that Vader was his father.
Epic.
He has since taken it down because that is most certainly career suicide. Whether you really hate Donald Trump or not, I'll never support anything Mark Hamill says or does ever again because he's been so TDS for like 5-10 years.
And
now.
all Trump has to do is just keep living his life and talk what he believes. And then these people, they're like, you got to go after him. No, all these people dig their own graves. They always do at some point in time. It's just a matter of time.
Wilkinson is right in the chat. They will most certainly find all that funding for that hantavirus. Everybody posting like some, I ain't doing the lockdown, blown at mask up, stand far, 2 people at Thanksgiving. I ain't doing that again.
Yeah, no, don't do it. Don't listen to them.
It's like 1.7 in a million that you win the lotto, and it's like 30 million that you'll die of hantavirus. So,
yep,
not too crazy.
I'm gonna play the lotto, I guess.
I guess so, man. I forgot about this, but did you remember that Nick Fuentes was a Fed? Did you know that?
No.
So, who were the people that got arrested at January 6th?
Some normals and then a bunch of agents.
What you're trying to say is not Feds.
Yeah.
So who are the people
there were a few Feds that got arrested, but you could tell if they were Feds because they were immediately let out.
Which means not arrested. They
were arrested, but they weren't booked.
Okay, went to jail. Okay, it's 10 o'clock. Okay. Autistic Dan. People that went to jail, right? Arrested and went to jail. Non-Feds, right? Released, arrested and released. Feds, right? Well, what about Roy Epps, right? The guy that literally was like, let's go into the Capitol. And everybody was like, boo, no, right?
Yeah.
Not arrested.
This guy sounds like literally, it wasn't there one guy who was like, yeah, guy's a Fed.
Yes, literally in the moment, in real time, said, no, that dude's a Fed.
Ray Epps immediately went, dang it, in his head.
So that dude,
0.5 seconds, did I get called out?
That dude was on the list and then removed, and then the internet blew it up so much that they did a dog and pony show investigation on him to make it look like they were checking him out, right?
Yeah.
So that guy was the only dude on camera literally saying that we should go into the Capitol, and they did not actually put him in jail, right? Wait, I forgot about this. It turns out there was another person that said we should actually go into the Capitol. Break down the barriers and disregard the police, Nick Fuentes says. That sounds like incitement. But he didn't go to jail. That's very interesting. Man,
I think
I don't know.
You might have to make a reply or a response sometime.
Interesting. So the theory is because he's a panicking, because he's flip-flopped on pro-Trump rhetoric now, and he's talking a bunch of like, you know, it's all burn it down again, kind of, you know, no, it's no good, nothing, you know, I don't support JD Vance, you know, no Rubio, blah, blah, blah. Got to do something different, right? Just like
and
Tucker and Megyn Kelly and blah, blah, blah.
Jew hate.
Yes, very anti-Semitic, right? And he is by definition of what we declared earlier, I believe, far right, because he believes in keeping America super duper white. So he's very white supremacist and stuff, right? So the dude definitely, maybe, possibly is either just a crazy person that's getting money for talking, so he has to be bombastic, or funded by some people that want that rhetoric out there.
That would be ironic. The guy that's, you know, we know he's like loose with the N-word, a little bit of stuff like that. That almost does sure make a lot of sense now. Because, as we know, unless you're a Democrat, or no, a liberal, I would have to say, because not a lot of Democrats know that the KKK, you know, that big old racist group known for that whole lynching, you know,
yeah, but
debacle.
according to the books, they're far right, bro.
Yeah, except they were created in the left side, right? Born by the left side, and that's so the guy that probably, if anybody would say he's maybe a bit racist, is a possible Democrat. Wow, you know, that almost could make too much sense.
It could make way too much sense.
I mean, because generally, if they are racist, I'm going to assume they are Democrat.
And speaking of Democrats, the last one I got for you is another dirty Democrat going down. So, night after the show last week, the FBI carried out a raid of Virginia governor, the governor, Spansberger's Democrat ally Senate President pro tempore Lucas. What? There's too many words.
Why is all these people sounding like food too. Am I just that hungry? Spanburger and President Pro Tempora. Are you a shrimp, dude?
Can I get the shrimp? So in connection to a major corruption investigation, multiple search warrants carried out that were approved by a federal judge, and the raids are impacting her office and nearby cannabis dispensaries. Many are squawking, oh, it's revenge lawfare, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but they actually committed the crimes. So.
You're just coming after our crimes because we came after you at your crimes. No, you tried formulating that we did crimes. You actually did crimes.
Actually, I never actually went down on any of those crimes.
Yeah.
Which I didn't post it.
Felon. Hold up. Wait a minute.
I didn't post it, but speaking of crimes that did not go down, the E. Jean Carroll lady.
Eugene.
No, it's like E. Jean Carroll. The E. Jean Carroll lady, the one that said, "Oh, Trump touched her in the naughty place," in the
I thought that was Eugene.
E. Jean Carroll. So it was a woman, right?
Who's Eugene Carroll?
Nobody.
Keep going.
I was going to say, we'll let him figure that out so you can partake in the convo. He's going to close the loop. Which one's Eugene? Did I have a Eugene up? Or that sounds...
I mean, you just keep doing what you're doing. You don't even have
the
to
Eugene
acknowledge
Carroll
what
case,
I'm doing right now.
So the lady that, said that Trump touched her in the naughty place in the dressing room, and it was a big, huge hullabaloo, and then Trump owes her $84,000. And that's the one that they changed the statute of limitations for only a year, just so they could try and get Trump. And then the judge ended in he didn't R-word her, but he did something like sexually deviant. And so that's the one that all the libtards and the TDSers cite for, Trump is an R-worder, because, the E. Jean Carroll case and blah, blah, blah. And, he lost the case and she won and $84 million. Well, I guess she has just elected to hold off on accepting that $84 million because it looks like that case is not doing very well in the appellate court.
Yep.
So another one that's going to go away.
Yeah, who would have thought?
Right.
Already said that was happening. Man, this is going to be a Bernstein Bears type thing, but it's weird because it does come up in the Google search.
It's a Mandela.
Eugene Carroll Trump, but then when you Google it, it shows E. Jean Carroll. All right, Chad, ask your friends because I think that's one of those type of deals.
It was always sure, Eugene to me. Maybe it just blurred together.
Definitely the Bernstein
Eugene.
Bears.
Yeah, it was definitely Bernstein. I would agree. How do you spell that name? I'm like typing it in wrong or something. But anyway, yeah, that was a little honorable mention.
It's the letter E and then Jean.
Oh, duh, like that. Hello.
2 R's and
I don't think there's any
more.
more. Oh,
there's 2 R's and 2 L's.
Yeah, I hope he reverse sues. That's for sure, man.
Oh, that would be an epic pissed off left side.
This is the one
if
where
he reverse sues and he wins. Oh,
yeah, bro.
To hear the uproar would just be hilarious.
Bro, this is the one where she told the story of Trump R-wording her, right? And then the internet goes, wait a second, that sounds familiar. And then they figured out that it's like story by story was the exact plot of a CSI episode. And then they went back in time and found her years previous posting about how she's addicted to watching CSI.
Literally ate some shrooms, had a surreal experience one night, and it's been a figment of her imagination. Oh, wait, you could maybe say that's like TDS. Oh, these people literally back in the day, y'all don't realize people are still seeing things that aren't there. You're just they're just kind of tripping. Oh, they're just tripping. They're just tripping a little bit. No, literally, they're hallucinating naturally.
I know, right?
The people that were put in straitjackets and padded rooms back in the day because they would just go off the rails all of a sudden. Oh, kind of like these school shooters. Yeah, y'all just have been getting so nice over the years. I'll give them a chance. Give them a chance. They're not crazy. Well, yeah. Unfortunately, they might not be crazy until they're crazy because their brain doesn't control. They're not in control of their brain. That's the difference. You're either in control of your brain or you're not, and you just are a vessel for whatever the heck is remote controlling you, or however you're programmed through your blue screen crap, sleeper agent type crap.
I know, right?
So,
Manchurian candidate shit.
Yeah,
Bro,
she literally just probably hallucinated, and then now has made a national whole debauchery of that. She probably was tripping and believed it's so bad because she's that mentally unstable that it's got to this point.
Well, and people know that that's how you pass a polygraph, bro. Is if you believe it so much that it's not a lie to you, then you can pass a poly.
Right, yeah.
So she just believed it, bro.
But I mean, there's people that absolutely believe Santa Claus is real. I mean, they might not be wrong.
I mean, Santa's real, but anyway.
Not in the form that you think he is, exactly.
So I don't know if this one, I don't know how deep this one goes, but just coming around, looking around at stuff. This was from April. Newly declassified files from DNI Tulsi Gabbard revealed that 2019 impeachment case against Donald Trump was fueled by a whistleblower who later admitted to misleading claims and lacking direct knowledge. What do you know? Wow. Everything's coming up Trump.
It's almost like what he was trying to say, tell you guys. They're like, look, it smells bad. That's just because they're making it smell bad to you. If you actually smelled, what it was, you'd realize it's roses. Because we win around here. Only winners get roses.
Winning. Is this the one that you had? Because I think this was the day after we did the show.
Oh, must have. Yeah. This is. Pay your honor respects to the boy. That's a man if he didn't have fur and a tail. That'd be the manliest man I ever knew. More of a man than most people. Oh, yeah, for the people that aren't watching the video feed, Caroline Levitt made a post, which is probably one of the best posts she has made, on saying, meet canine valor.
You're such an animal person.
Yeah, he saved 47 soldiers. He survived a suicide bomber and then went on to stop 3 more, fighting tooth against knife. In the end, he placed himself between an explosion and his handler. He survived, though. The blast shattered half of his face, his left eye, and his ear. The poor puppy is definitely got some damage.
Damn, bro.
But he is still got one good eye, and I mean his
literally
face is still
a war
good.
vet dog. That's wild.
Dude. And that dog has so much more balls than a lot of you people.
A lot of there.
What do you mean, you people? All you wussy people need to give your balls a tug, man.
A lot of dude. I want to go to war, but I'm gonna be the tech guy working the comms, like behind the I want to be like in the bulletproof car.
Yeah.
Get them, homies. I'm gonna keep this shit working. Click, 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 click. I've got the intel. I'm looking at the radar. Hold on, I'm flying the drone. And then guys over there. Where's my crazy friends that love going in and almost getting blasted in the face? Guys, over there. Yeah. I'm in the car.
That was something that needs to be acknowledged, and that is probably the bestest boy there ever has lived.
God bless the dog.
Salute.
Thank him for his doggy service.
You pay that boy his respects.
Canine valor.
I mean, respect, not respects isn't he packed, because he's still very much alive, and he's gonna live a long life. And we're gonna have to keep up with him. It's gonna be a sad day whenever he goes on to doggy heaven.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What a soldier of a dog right there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the crazy part is those soldiers would give their life for that dog as much as he would them.
Most deaf.
Yeah.
Most deaf. But that's all I got for you.
Beautiful thing.
That's the last one we got for you folks. Any last minuters in the live chat? How we all doing tonight?
Yeah, wasn't Trolls absent?
Yeah, no troll. Wasn't popping in the live chat tonight. That's all good.
But the Wilkinsane was there too.
Wilkinsane was
alive.
What
Keep
a homie.
breathing.
She one of the real ones right there, that Wilkinsane.
It's getting late, even though it's early. Yep, that's about it. Another week of realization and truth.
Yeah, that's
and
all
Nick
I got for you.
Shirley, you know, it could just be he sees his opportunity to be like film fame and make this money quick. That's it. He's found a niche. He has found a niche. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely, right?
I mean, James O'Keefe was kind of like in the same niche and doing it, but I'd have to say he's kind of blowing James out of the water. Mostly just because he's like these are like I'd say a little heavier issues. Like with James O'Keefe is mostly doing everything in America, so he's got that protection. Going to Cuba, that was a big balls move.
Right. Some might say.
Other than that, they definitely have the same balls, just calling them right out.
Some might say whack-a-noodle.
Holy cow! I didn't notice it's James O'Keefe under those glasses. I mean, that happens to me a lot too. Hey, the last minute or conspiracy logic? Yeah, no trolls.
What up, conspiracy logic?
Nick Shirley needs to get a medal on stage, like nationally awarded.
I mean, there's
medal.
a lot of them though, bro. Like he's good and all, but there's a lot of them. Like freaking, what's his face? You just said James O'Keefe probably needs one first.
Yeah.
Like God bless. But I don't disagree. Conspiracy logic, we're wrapping up, brother. That is all for the day. Any last minuters for you that you think need some awareness or commentary? What was
I'm gonna keep
interesting
trying to bring
from last week?
one pet post a week.
That's fun.
One post about the animals. Dude. That's definitely a dude. DOOD.
I'm the only one that spells it like that.
I think so. That's the first time I think I've actually seen it spelled that way.
Ever seen dude spelled like that?
I don't know.
I never believed in DUD. I don't know why. I think DOOD is just way more fun.
I mean, they make wipes, so. Dude wipes are pretty decent.
Amen.
They work. Don't flush wipes.
Wait, come on, play
down
what?
The pipes.
Play the track. Wrap it up.
What? Who's ignoring you?
Play the Trump thing towards Pritzker.
Didn't see that one up there.
Like the one I pulled up the other night at dinner.
Did he make another sweet wrapping post like that one from last week?
It was like an oldie but a goodie.
Oldies are goodies.
It was oldie but a goodie.
Unless it's old milk. Generally not good.
I don't think I posted it. I think I just randomly pulled it up.
Pull it up. Try searching it.
I post a lot more on X. Yeah, it was that one. This one had us all dying. I could probably get it by just typing in Trump Pritzker.
No.
Oh, yeah. Dude, did you hear this? POS Pritzker has now made Chicago, Illinois so horrible that Morton Salt, that's been there for 176 effing years, bro. That's over.
I know the building.
Over half.
I know exactly where the building is.
That's
downtown.
over half of America existing, right? They're now pulling out of Illinois, dog. That's crazy. Companies are leaving just like New York, bro.
Pritzker.
That's crazy. 170 years, bro. It's moving to Kansas City. That's crazy.
Man, do some real work.
What a effing moron, bro.
Yeah. Just ruining. It really sucks because like the actual land itself and everything, like the territory of Illinois, is fantastic. It is one of the golden nuggets of the Midwest.
Right? Yeah, here it is. So it's a throwback to 2025. So I guess this is last year or something like that, right? This is so funny. It's just too funny.
A little bit of a
y'all go, oh, that's fat shame. He can fat shame him because he's chubby himself. That's the rule. You can absolutely poke fun if you have a little bit of that yourself. It could be said about yourself a little bit. So you have the authority. Either way, yeah, J.B. Pritzker does need to lose some weight. Otherwise, his arteries probably won't support it much longer.
He did. He already looks skinnier. So this is from last year, and then it says something about gobble, and then he says something about dinner table at the end. So I'm guessing this was like around Thanksgiving last year, but we were all dying at the dinner table listening to this funny son of a bitch.
A little bit of a Pritzker joke. I was going to talk about Pritzker in size, but when I talk about Pritzker, I get angry because he's not letting us do the job. So I'm not going to tell my Pritzker joke. They have a very cute little joke, you know. Some speechwriter wrote some joke about his weight. But I would never want to talk about his weight. I don't talk about people being fat. I refuse to talk about the fact that he's a fat slob. I don't mention it. On a more serious note, as we gather around...
I will refuse to mention he's a fat slob. But ironically, conveniently, now I have called him a fat slob.
Table. I'd like to lose a few pounds too, by the way. A little bit of a
That's what you gotta love about Trump. I'm like gonna do the exact thing I'm saying I'm not doing kind of in the moment, but it's somewhat heartfelt, but it's mostly just funny. I think it's just for the funny entertainment of it because it's just ridiculous.
Too busy keeping Chicago safe, and it's got like a picture of just slamming all the food. I'm not gonna talk about how he is a big fat. So
yeah, it's really a shame because the Pritzkers made a lot of money with Trump back in the day,
right?
And now they're fat little dumb.
President and Illinois governor are at war, and now the Supreme Court is involved. Why the realtor in chief has fought with the family behind Hyatt Hotel.
I wonder how the good Pritzkers feel like when somebody around hears their Pritzker, and
there are no good ones.
And then the people go, ugh. They're like, yeah, I'm like
people with that last name. Yeah,
I was saying.
That's kind of like how I feel like people with the last name Manson.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
you connected. You have the DNA. Snap off all of a sudden.
Good, right?
Does Charles talk to you? Yeah. Oh. Well.
All right.
Let's play that outro track.
We gonna wrap it, folks. Thanks for hanging out here at the TrutherCast. Very much appreciated. Make sure to hit that link description box down below. If you got a computer, check out the signup.toleratetech.com. I'd love to help you out, and it helps keep the lights on here. If you haven't yet, click the join button. Go over and join that locals community. You can also help keep the lights on there by signing up for the Truther Tribers Primo Squad, where, hey, if we get some more people in there, we'll start doing Primo thingies. But for now, it's just helping keep the lights on. It's very cheap, very low cost. But we've been off on the intro, bro. Dan does have a free way to help out because he likes to help people not be a hoe.
No, don't mind the host.
We forgot that one, but share the show. Don't be a hoe, folks.
Show. Obviously, it didn't last week much because we still have the same amount of subscribers, I've noticed.
Yeah, I didn't force anybody to follow this week. But
that's all right because we got 2 last week. So you get it easy this week because technically we still kind of grew. 1 a week is the deal.
Yeah, share the damn show out.
So we made 2 last week, so it kind of makes up. You get a bye week this week.
Share it to a family member.
Yeah.
Other than that, we're gonna hit you with the 1, with the 2, with the 1, and then there's like something like
and you always get here too late. Hey, all right. Oh, really? Again, I'm late?